It's the end of the world as we know it. And, yeah, I think we feel fine. We're pretty okay overall at the OSMcast. Welcome back to this whole new era of the OSMcast. I'm Basil.
I'm Dylan.
I'm John.
And I'm Douglas.
And that's us. Okay, so this is definitely weird for us, as the OSMcast has very primarily been folks surrounding a microphone in person through most 99% of its existence. And now we live in the COVID-19 times. I only got to see Doug the other day literally just in the backseat of my car, separated from me.
Hey now.
And that was just because we had to go shopping for essentials. And
so what the kids are calling it these days?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I mean, while they're being on fleek, all right, bet, and any other slang words that I'm not supposed to know.
Strange flex, though.
I mean, his wife was in the front seat of the car, but hey, baby.
Yeet. I'm definitely not using that right, but
it's okay. I am also actively watching my cat trying to climb up on things that she doesn't normally climb up on, but it's not that she can't, just that there are boxes in the way. But she's going to get there. There she goes. I'll say, okay, so, yeah, so, the OSMcast normally cannot be where they are. Neither for our Tennessee side. There are supposed to be at least a couple of cons that are now delayed until who knows when, so I can't see them in person either, so we're trying this whole new online thing, and that's crazy.
If this works out, this is probably actually a better way to do this. I still want you and Kevin coming over to my house every week, because you guys coming over to my house every week is sometimes the only social interaction I get for months and months on end.
Which, I mean, that will still eventually be the plan, but again, we're in strange, weird times. People have actually taken an epidemic seriously for once.
I mean, it took them a while.
It's a lot more serious than previous epidemics.
Yeah. And it's also actually in our area in ways that previous ones haven't quite been.
Yeah. So, and I will not get on my soapbox of, and if only there was like a task force or a department that existed until late last year when it was suddenly canned because reasons. And anyways, that's whatever. That is whatever. We are here to talk about random fun things that we enjoy and to answer questions from folks that send us questions about things because we needed something else to talk about for a main segment. Well, on that note, let's get into our Moments of Awesome. Dang it, where's Kevin? Alright, so who wants to give a Moment of Awesome out?
I think I'll go first, just because I don't want it taken. Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that did come out, and we've, at least two of us have been playing it.
Yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons came out. It is amazing and probably a godsend that it came out exactly when it did, so you can still get the sensation of going outside and playing with your friends, just in the context of a video game rather than an actual person's.
And it's been really fun. I got Anna into it, and she's been having a ball with it and running around gathering things, and I think that she might be the one person in the world that's really, really jamming on the Easter event.
Yeah, I've heard
I'm jamming on the Easter event.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm jamming on the Easter event pretty well too. The eggs are way too common though. I've already crafted everything. I love the little outfit that I get to wear. But yeah, there are a lot of eggs, and sometimes it does get really annoying when you're trying to just collect the normal stuff that's in the game. But there is so much to do and so much to collect. It's really nice.
Yeah, they've really embrace the whole almost like live service thing going around, the games. And I think Animal Crossing works really well for that, for like a planned event where they go, okay, here are these X amount of things to do and things to earn and get and go do it. Here it is. Here's all the ways you would normally play the game. But now here for a short time, here's some extra bonus to do it. And I think it's really, I'm not the biggest fan of all the egg theme stuff, but I'm really glad that like who is into it is into it, and it's there for them to be into.
Well said.
Yes. I'm real into just the chill, relaxed pace of the game, just kind of in general.
Also, who would think that in 2020 Tom Nook would suddenly become like the role model for how landlords should act right now? It's like, hey, just pay whenever, no interest, it's cool.
But that's how Tom Nook has always been. I am actually very pro, because if you think about it, he's always done this. He's always charged 0% interest loans. He's always had due dates of, just whenever you get around to it. He buys your worthless junk, sells you positive junk.
But I think the difference is he is constantly selling you new things. Like, you have to keeping up with the Joneses in a way. So you're never out of debt to him.
Yes.
Well, that's also true. But it's a very Tom Nook-based economy. Like, if you think about it, there wouldn't be any trade at all without Tom Nook.
That seems very fragile.
Yes, exceptionally.
I mean,
not to mention the clear nepotism going on with Timmy and Tommy.
Now, they're not actually his children, they're his nephews, right?
Still nepotism.
Correct.
Yeah, still nepotism.
It's still nepotism, but I'm just saying, it's cute. It's really, really cute.
I
And it's
understand
really in character
that.
for raccoons.
I understand that, but I really cannot afford... I don't think we can afford to be like, oh, but here it's fine because it's cute and we like the people. Because that's how this shit starts, okay? And then... I mean, just fucking look around.
Look, Tom Nook is the Jeff Bezos we want in Jeff Bezos.
You see, I think it actually is a little bit less risky than you think. I think it's more like a setup. Like, these are his first pupils who he's taught and who he has given charge of the store to. Maybe next time around he will branch out, but it's sort of reasonable to go to people who you know and trust when you're first marking out on an adventure.
I'm just saying Isabel is earning 75 bells for every 100 that Nook is making, and Isabel is a much, much, much better worker, organizer.
Well, Isabel is best girl.
Yes.
She is best girl.
But, I mean...
Possibly in the whole world, not just in Animal Crossing, but in all of reality... Every canon ever, Isabel is the best girl.
Yeah, all I'm really saying here is, would I rather have Timmy and Tommy running things or Isabel? I think we all fucking know the answer to this.
Yeah, I must concede to your point, sir.
Which is interesting since, in New Horizons, you get both Timmy, Tommy, and Isabel. They're all there.
Yeah, they're all there, but, in New Leaf, Isabel was the mayor's assistant. She was basically running that town because, I never fucking got around to doing anything.
So what you're saying is Animal Crossing is divided between, like, Make Tom Nook Great Again and Isabella Bros.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, okay.
Lovely.
Have you played New Horizons yet?
No.
I have not.
Okay, well, Isabella is in New Horizons, and she has once again been given the role of resident administrative assistant. So she is basically running the island once Tom Nook gives over control so he can focus on his project.
Yeah, like it's actually like he's running
scary.
it.
Like those giant tanuki nuts he's walking around with.
Well, yeah, well,
nobody wants to talk about.
He gets he literally, I think he's like, yeah, I'm running this island. I'm Tom Nook. I jeez, I don't want to deal with this crap. I just want to host a big like, Lollapalooza with KK Slider. Hey, Isabel, can you actually do all the stuff I don't want to do? And she's like, yeah.
So she does eventually start running things, and that she gains more and more power as the game goes on. He has simply left his retail operation to his nephews.
I'm just saying she's far more deserving of, being put in power in the first place.
Look, she is enjoying her whiskey every morning. It's fine.
And also, Tom Nook's got Cosby sweaters. Let's all stop and think about that.
That's a bad adjective to use right there.
I think that was also an intentional one, but that's okay. He's also now wearing Hawaiian shirts this go around, so he's improved. All right, so Dylan, give me a moment of awesome.
I'm going to go to something that I mentioned to Charlie earlier this week when he was talking about something to listen to. So this is a combination movie and podcast recommendation. Go watch a movie called Behind the Curve on Netflix, and then follow it up with 2 episodes of You Are Not So Smart, that the podcast has these 2 episodes that relate to it. So the idea of Behind the Curve is you're following around flat earthers.
Oh, God.
And it's not meant to take down, like, it would be easy to take the ideology down, but it's meant to kind of see how they get into it, kind of like the social and emotional implications of why people believe conspiracy theories. It's interesting because you watch them go through things like, doing experiments that later disprove their point, or 2 people get in an argument and or kind of have a beef within the community, and they start tossing around these conspiracy theories about each other, and you see people kind of come to this moment of realization of like, oh wait, is that what I've become? And then
I think I saw this and it was very good. Yeah, it was very good. I saw a documentary that was like that on Netflix, where they weren't trying to make fun of the people, or they were trying to seriously take a look at, well, what is it? Why do you think this? And it does sort of have the problem of the logic kind of fails at a certain point, but at a certain point you also realize that there's more to it than just the straight up logic of it.
Yeah, or the lack thereof. Yeah, because there's a point where they have a couple of physicists and psychologists kind of on the other side going back and forth on some of these points.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them kind of straight comes out and says, these people see that they're the Disney hero all the time. They don't have to think about whether what they're doing is right or wrong, because it's always right. Everyone wants to be that hero. And one of them mentions that, like, yeah, some of these people are basically doubly isolated. Like, if they recant their ideas, they're out of this community, and the mainstream isn't just, like, we're not all just automatically going to take them back because they've, been so off for so long. And it's really interesting. But so there's episode 151 of You Are Not So Smart follows it up with an interview with the producers, and they kind of get into some of the logic of why they made this movie the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they say is, well, this lets us take a look at the phenomenon of conspiracy theories by picking one that has no political implications. And then there's a later episode, 170, where they actually interview one of these conspiracy theorists on at like an ideas conference type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole first half is kind of this discussion of how do you debate someone like this in public? You don't talk about the facts, because their whole method is to kind of overwhelm you by just asking questions.
Yeah, that's walrusing.
Yeah, and like, even if you're an expert, you're going to get overwhelmed. But if you ask them how they got to this point, then you're kind of like, some of those glaring issues start to come out. And he's kind of talking about, like, yeah, if you're interviewing people who have kind of these out in left field ideologies, or even dangerous ideologies, this may be a way to approach it. So yeah, that's all I got.
Well, I think that's a very good one. Like I do think a lot of people should watch that, because it does have applications. What you learn from that has applications when you're dealing with people with other really extreme and dangerous conspiracies too.
Yeah, which that's kind of a downer. So, but, I find that stuff really interesting, because I know people who kind of are into those things, and I just want to go like, come out. No, it's fine. You don't have to believe this.
Are my conspiracies crazy?
No, because I feel like you can step outside of that and go like, okay, yeah, some of these are way out there. I know people who I don't think I can have that discussion with and sit down and go like, no, dude, this is way out there, and you're like, hurting yourself.
Even as we're having this conversation, I'm trying not to take it to a political place. I'm trying not to bring up various different politics that I have had arguments with people about, and I've realized that I have to rein myself in. I can't just say, but you're factually wrong, but you are just incorrect.
I mean, you can, but they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care, or they think I have the facts wrong, or because they have a completely different set of facts. And
if there is one thing I have been very extensively trained for throughout my life, it is 2020 logic, or the complete absurdity and lack thereof.
So, one thing that's interesting is I've also seen another phenomenon with at least two different people where they'll kind of drop these things in public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not completely hiding them, but they'll never have that discussion. They'll never go into, like, they'll never debate you on this or discuss, like, what is it that you believe. And I think, like, watching this documentary kind of gives you some insight as to why that is. Like, they're kind of propping themselves up with this, and they don't want to debate it because it's not about convincing you. It's about, like, kind of building up their own little internal world. But yeah, you know, I'm trying not to take this discussion to that place, like you're saying.
Well, let's then take this to a different place entirely. What do you got, John?
Oh, man. So, I'm going to go a couple of different things from Sunrise. I finally got around to watching Lelouch of the Revolution, the Code Geass sequel movie. It's fine. I don't have any major issues with it. It's very much a get the band back together kind of movie, and it sort of hits all the fan servicey notes and everything that you expect and or want. I think one thing going in that caught me off guard was I didn't watch any of the recap movies, because why would I have seen the TV series a couple of times? But there's one major plot change that apparently they changed in the recap movies that if you haven't seen them and don't know anything about the change, it just hits you in the middle. And it doesn't really have much of a bearing on anything other than, like, okay, this one major thing changed, but they're not really doing anything with it. And I don't know, it's kind of hard judging it because I'm so far removed from the original series run, where I was watching it from week to week and just glued, and it was appointment television because I really wanted to see what stupid thing they were going to do next week, because they were just so fucking committed to having one bigger plot twist than the next from episode to episode. So, like, here it's like, yeah, they probably ramped up the stupid again, but you don't have that sense of momentum having not, been exposed to it for the first time in like 10 years. But it's good. If you like the series, you'll like the movie. There's not too much to say about it. Also, my quarantine watch has been Gundam Wing. Speaking of stupid, man,
Is it really that stupid?
Oh, it's super stupid.
Have you seen Tiger King?
I have not seen Tiger King, but that's a different kind of stupid. Like, that's a...
Okay, you are wasting your life right now. You need to stop everything. Like,
when I found out it wasn't a documentary about Sagat, I became way less interested.
There's nothing about this setup that interests me. Like, two people feuding over, like, big cats, like,
and they're not even luchadors.
Oh no,
not
it
even.
It was so good. Like, I haven't watched it for the second time around, but I'm about to watch it for the second time around because it's just so, like, you're watching it and you think, how crazy can this get? And then the next episode starts and they're tackling this entirely different crazy thing that was a factor in this whole thing that they just hadn't had the chance to mention yet.
So this is like a true crime thing. Does the crime actually matter? Because it just sounds like the whole setup is so crazy that, that fades into the background.
Well, I will tell you this. I'm actually in disagreement with my sisters about this, but I am fairly satisfied with the outcome. Like, with the way everything ended, I'm pretty satisfied. People who did wrong things and did illegal things that we have proof of are in jail, and there are some other people who probably did illegal things, but we don't have any actual proof. It's all just hearsay. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, so far, this does sound like Gundam Wing. So, John, continue.
It's totally fine. There's something that's really weirdly comforting about Gundam Wing because of the way it's set up. Because you've got the recap at the start of every episode, and I don't know, for some reason it just kind of, maybe it's just because of the way I originally watched it and sort of the way it was marketed in the US that I just kind of get this Saturday morning cartoon feel from it. But when you actually watch it and pay attention to what's going on, there's a lot of misogyny. There's a lot of,
a lot of sunrise.
A lot of sunrise, yeah. They really...
I want to remake Gundam Wing.
I mean, you know, you don't have to remake it.
No, I want to remake it. Like, there's the Gundam Wing that actually aired, and then there's the thing that lives on in my heart as the true Gundam Wing. And it's... When I actually sit down to rewatch Gundam Wing, it's like you said, like, there's a big Saturday morning cartoon kind of feel to it, where it's just so intensely nostalgic, but at the same time, it's so different than what I remember that I'm like, well, somehow I got Utena mixed up into this, and so I just need to like redo the whole thing.
God, this sounds like an episode of Always Sunny. I forgot where I was going with this. I got completely derailed.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'll tell you what. I'll talk about some manga. I've got it right here.
All right, go for it.
I got two of them. One, it's by Umi Sakurai. It's called A Man and His Cat. It's published by Square Enix manga. It's about an old man who gets a cat.
Are we talking about Tiger King again?
No. This is an actual... Well, I mean, there are actual cats here. This is like this is a cute cat. This is a cat you would actually buy or
Didn't they
acquire
make an
or
anime
adopt.
of this?
I don't know. They might be making an anime of this.
Like, I feel like I've seen this anime already.
The manga started in 2018. It's actually very new.
Huh.
So, but I mean, it's cat manga. So, I'm not going to say once you've read them all, you read one, you've read them all, but it does follow the many, familiar tropes you would get out of a cat manga or anime where he has to, what happens when the cat first enters the house? How does the cat interact with food? Oh, let's talk about how the cat messes with the litter box and sprays litter everywhere because it didn't get a cover. But the cat's now used to not having a cover, so it doesn't like having a cover. What happens when the person has to go to work and the cat feels sad, but it is happy when the master comes back. Like it is very cute and very charming. Counterpoint manga. I have this manga called Pleasure and Corruption by Yu Somiya. And so, and many times in my life, I have said in an Ed Chavez I trust. If Dempa puts out a book, I will buy it, and I will read it. And so, I am now into rope bondage.
What?
Congratulations.
So, not really, but that's what the
Crazy?
manga's about. Is about, quote, bondage masters. So, No, this is straight up a manga that, Doug, I need to loan you when I can actually see you again.
Yeah, you do.
Like, this starts off with a young boy named
Ash Ketchum.
Zen, who could be Ash Ketchum, really, who is got lots of teenage boy pressures of doing well in class and making his parents proud and this and that, and he turns to the classic anime trope of taking upskirt pictures to
Naturally.
relieve stress until he
if that's what you want to call it.
I mean,
that does relieve stress.
I'm not saying
It also
doesn't.
causes stress for other people.
Well, he took an upskirt of the wrong lady or the right lady, depends on how you read the manga, where she realizes, aha, you weren't supposed to do that. I've got blackmail on you. He's like, well, I'll do anything just to stop this from happening, for me to get in trouble. She's like, oh, anything. Cool. I've got this rope right here. Let's get started.
Oh my.
And this manga is a little bit of a trip. It takes you places.
Does it now?
Oh yeah. It's oh snap. This was originally published also by Square Enix. Didn't quite realize I had two Square Enix mangas here on my list. But yeah, so I've got A Man and His Cat and Pleasure and Corruption. Just, two sides of the same coin, really, if you think about it.
Naturally.
So, yeah. All right, so let's take a break, and we're going to come back with questions from folks online, listeners like you. And we are back. Still in quarantine, still sheltered in place as best we can. And we got lots of questions from folks online who are also, hopefully, sheltering in place. People like Nico, or at Nico Scream on Twitter. Question 1. What setup are you using? So for this podcast, we are trying this service called Clean Feed, which is supposedly like Skype, recording a Skype recording, only it's actually meant for recording, and it's supposed to be recording everyone's local audio at better bit rates than what you would get off a Skype call. So for me, I'm using my Blue Yeti Pro, which I've been using for forever. Dylan, what are you using?
I'm using, I can't remember what it's called. It's an M-Audio XLR box connected to an ST51, like, vocal microphone.
John, what you got?
I've got just a random-ass Logitech headset.
Awesome. And Doug?
I am using a Sennheiser GSP 300 gaming headset. I just bought it specifically for this so that I could do this. Kind of been needing a headset with a good microphone for a long time, and I still don't know if I can recommend this headset or not. I had a major problem yesterday when I was just trying it out for the first time, in that it's the only device I've ever had where I just plugged it into the computer and the computer completely did not register it as existing at all whatsoever. So I didn't even know where to start. I had to go to my rocket scientist husband and ask him to fix it for me, and it took him 2 hours before he even got it working, and then he didn't get the microphone set up appropriately. Like, it was working, it just didn't, you just couldn't hear anything. So then I had to spend another hour or so fixing that.
Well, you sound real good.
I sound good now. And this is why I don't know if I can recommend this product or not. It is not a USB headset, and the problem actually turned out to be with my laptop and with the company that makes my sound card. It specifically has problems with non-USB headsets, even though it has the ports for independent audio and independent stereo. But that's what I'm using. It's new and scary.
And it's what I recommended, so yeah.
Yep.
Well, I've used Sennheiser before, and they have made really good stuff. And like I said, you sound great. So I'm still taking it as a win, moving right along. What media are you staying entertained with while in quarantine?
I think I already answered this question. Between Animal Crossing, Tiger King, I've been watching various Disney movies.
I know that I ripped right on through. I finally wrapped up. What was anime that I wrapped up recently? I started and finished Beastars.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
And
Beastars is good.
That's very good. Oh, and Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. I finally wrapped that up too. I was behind on it, and I caught up. And right now I'm watching Cinderella 9, which is girls playing baseball anime. Only I thought that was one that Kevin was watching. I think he was watching a different girls playing baseball anime. So I want to watch that too.
Let me go ahead and strongly recommend Princess 9. You can get that from Nozomi. So
yes, that's also very good. It's very good. That might still be the best girls playing baseball anime.
Yeah. I know I mentioned rewatching Gundam Wing. Also watching Always Sunny. It's not going to make you feel better about the world, but, there's at least an episode where they all quarantine themselves.
I love Always Sunny.
It's terrific.
I have a small crush on Charlie.
That's the first thing in my mind, like, just that instant you said it was like, that's weird, but then I thought about your husband, and I'm like, oh god, this makes perfect sense.
Oh no.
Well, admittedly, my small crush on him actually comes from the Del Toro movies.
Pacific Rim?
Yeah. Is actually where my crush on him comes from, but it carries through in It's Always Sunny.
I still haven't watched Pacific Rim. I own it, but I feel like I've already seen it like 100 times.
What are
weird.
you doing with yourself?
Watching Gundam Wing. I thought we just covered it.
Yeah. Couldn't have been more clear. God.
To be fair, It is like an American studio decided to make a giant robot anime, and it's actually decent.
I like it.
Yeah, like it's actually a decent representation of that genre. It's not dumb like Gundam Wing.
No, I think it being dumb makes it a perfect representation of the genre as a whole.
The genre is a little bit dumb, but that's okay. It's supposed to be. If you accept that about it, you're fine. It just has its own set of logic.
The trick is Pacific Rim is still probably more Mazinger Z, Gona Guy dumb versus Sunrise Gundam dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about war crimes in which children are being sent off to fight and are suicidal. Like, all the kids in Gundam Wing are fucking suicidal. All of them.
Yes.
Including the ones that don't even pilot a Gundam. You know, Relina's just like, hey, didn't you say you were gonna kill me? Or where are we on that? Are you gonna shoot me? Come on. I fucking chased you across 6 continents. Go ahead and kill me. I came from space, okay? You just shoot me.
You see, the problem is that I read a whole bunch of Gundam Wing fan fiction before I ever actually watched the series.
That is a problem. Just full stop.
Well, especially when you discover that the fan fiction was better than the show.
Yeah, that's the problem. I was expecting Hiro Yui to be more like Sagara Sasuke.
No.
Okay, so Dylan, what have you been doing to keep up in the quarantine?
Well, I've continued watching Shirobako. I'm almost through that. Been doing that like when I'm on the elliptical, which I do more now that I'm stuck in the house. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. A friend of ours set a server back up. And kind of the first few weeks of quarantine, like, it was really stressful and overwhelming, like reading everything and kind of figuring out where things were going. And man, games like Minecraft and Stardew Valley and stuff like that are just like nice, repetitive, comforting games for me. So, and a little bit of League of Legends because John and one of our other friends are playing it. So it's socialization.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, and if you watched our Minecraft stream earlier in the week, you would know that, like, Minecraft just isn't my speed because I need my brain to be engaged. If I'm just set out to just do whatever and just decide for myself, my brain goes off in all kinds of crazy directions. I need to be focused. I need something to kill, something to solve. Don't just sit me in a fucking field and be like, you know what, just grab some stuff, build some stuff. Because I'm going to start finding animals to kill, and I'm just going to try and dig straight through the earth.
What's weird, though, is Minecraft actually, like I said, Minecraft, Stardew Valley, games like that actually do that for me. Just because there's always something else to do. Like, okay, I've got this going, so I'm gonna, throw something in, throw some seeds in the ground, go off, mine, just repetitively dig and look for things I can pick up. I'm going to go back and then harvest the vegetables, and there's just always something else I can be doing.
Right. Stardew Valley and even Animal Crossing, I feel like are a little bit more focused for me. Because Minecraft is literally just, you're dropped in a field. Here's what you can do. Do whatever.
At the very beginning of the quarantine, before Animal Crossing even came out, I had actually started a new world of Minecraft, not just on my laptop by myself. So, give me your server information after this is done. Let's play together.
Oh yeah, I will let Mike know.
Okay.
All right, so our next question, I think we've actually also covered this, Nico, sorry. Is Tom Nook a good lender or malicious? And as a lender, I think he's amazing.
He follows the Christian values of lending.
Okay, now I'm really turned. I'm sorry. Did that come out? Did I say that out loud? Fuck.
Okay, John, the trick is we're talking actual good Christian ideas, not what the world has as Christian ideas.
So the thing where
I'm having a
Ursaring is
real hard
bad.
time separating those right now.
Ursaring is...
Like, according to the Bible, you are not supposed to charge interest when you issue somebody a loan. Like, Christians aren't supposed to do that.
And like the Old Testament law is like you like reset all debt every so often. I can't remember. I know I've heard people talk about that, especially more like social justice people are like, no, hey, this is the way it's said to do it.
Yeah, if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be issuing loans to people with interest rates. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, tell that to Christians today.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Christianity, like words and everything else in 2020, has no meaning.
So, speaking of words that do have meaning, from Austin at Bebop Shock, write an episode of Agretzico about the quarantine.
Oh man,
I've not seen Agretzico, so I'm gonna.
Essentially, you've got a cute red panda office lady who gets really annoyed at stupid office things, and so she gets out of her system by going to a karaoke bar and screaming death metal.
I knew that much, but
so I think the trick is you got two main factors. A, she's clearly shelter in place quarantine at home, so it would have to be like A, her being like, oh man, this is so nice not having anyone around me, and then B, getting annoyed that she doesn't have anyone around her.
Well, she would still have to do all the, she would have to do, like, what we're doing right now. She would have to do meetings through voice activation.
Work from home kind of stuff.
Yeah, she would have
just
to do work from home.
She'd be dealing with other people who were trying to get used to that. And if she was on top of things, that means, like, dealing with all of their quirks and
yeah, she would basically have to be her little office unit's tech support and show them all how to connect to everything, help them set up their equipment so that they can do it, and it would just be so aggravating. And then after they finished the office call, she would realize that she didn't accidentally put her thing on mute, and she started doing her karaoke thing at home.
I think
for everybody to hear.
I think the episode would have to start with her being at home alone and actually enjoying it, and then having to go outside and buy groceries.
Oh yeah.
And then having to deal with that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And people not abiding by social distancing, or buying tons of toilet paper for no apparent reason.
Well, do you know what buying groceries is like in Japan?
Sure don't.
Oh.
But this. We're just talking about an episode of Agretzico where, the premise is, she's very mild-mannered, and then shit's going to happen, and it's just going to build and build and build, and she's going to push it down and down and down, and she's going to have to go, sing some death metal, so...
If this was Americanized, she would definitely be running into some people who are like, it's no big deal.
Oh, God.
And there's also the thing
like
of her probably, like, she lives in an apartment. So unless it's very well soundproofed, where is she going to rage?
And also, her boss is going to keep the office open as long as possible.
Oh, he's going to send them a letter. He's going to fax them all letters so that they can hand to the police to explain why they are an essential business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. So what I'm
that's completely
is...
bullshit, and they could easily do everything from home. But
yes,
what I'm hearing is this is not an episode. This is a season.
Yes,
probably. I mean, let's
the
face it.
Episodes are fairly short.
This already feels like we're in a season.
Yeah.
Of life. This is definitely not a movie. This is a long-term, multi-episode. We're definitely in a Sunrise 52-episode series of life with the quarantine. So yeah, they could do a whole season of this.
See, that's one of those things I play Minecraft not to think about.
Well, tell you what, Austin's next question was digital manga recommendation. So I'm just going to pop off 3 real quick off the Shonen Jump app. One is Chainsaw Man. It's awesome. It's about a young boy who had his heart ripped out by the Yakuza. So it got replaced with a chainsaw demon. a little dog, and so now he's a chainsaw man. It is a Shonen Jump manga where they actually couldn't release the one of the chapters in the actual app. You had to go to the website due to content of the thing.
Too pornographic?
Little bit. And it's definitely violent. It's definitely weird. It's definitely creepy. I think, again, Lord and Savior Ed Chavez once pointed out, he mentioned how, like, rarely ever do you see a manga that's a mood in Shonen Jump, and he paused, well, aside from Chainsaw Man. And then my second one, I'll do two. One I've been really enjoying is Magic and Muscles, where it feels like, I might have talked about this actually last episode, where
I think you've done it in one of your panels.
Like, well, it's a newer manga that Shonen Jump's done. It's I think, because I mentioned, I think during our Black Clover conversation last time, where
Black Clover.
it's about a young boy in a world full of magic, and he doesn't have it. Not dissimilar to like Deku in My Hero, he is just born without a quirk. However, this is a gag manga, so he is actually just physically trained to compensate for it. And now he's stuck going to the equivalent of Hogwarts, but he's having to out-strength everybody instead of using magic. So, for example...
So this is One Punch Man?
Lelouch Academia?
Sort of, except, like, for example, it's got the equivalent of Quidditch, right? So, what he ends up doing is he just jumps real high with a broom between his legs. And then, while he's jumping so high, he gets the ball, the magic ball that they have to throw around and stuff, and hurls it so fast, it scores and wraps right back around and into his hand. And so he wins the game by just repeating this as he's jumping back down.
By just being ludicrously strong.
By ludicrously strong. No magic, just strength.
He's fucking Rock Lee.
Times a bazillion. It's great. It is so much. What stupid thing are they going to do with magic and strength this time? It's wonderful. I really hope it becomes like a stupid, like 5-minute web animation or something. Cause it doesn't need amazing animation. It just needs funny animation. So there you go, Austin. 2 digital mangas. Again, very different things. And then there's this Charlie guy who sent some questions.
Oh, no.
Which was the first, at the sommelier, who needs to find his headset. How much wood could a wood chonk if a wood chonk could chonk wood?
250 pounds.
Awesome. Next question. Who is the cutest OSMcast member?
That would be either... It's a tie, really. And it's between Bruce and Colin.
I'm going to go with Anna.
So, Anna's still weighing between our cat Carbuncle, who, as I pointed out to Doug before, is on the editing team. So Carbuncle does count.
Yeah, but Bruce and Colin have actually made, like, voice appearances and audio appearances on the actual OSMcast.
I am pretty positive that Carbuncle has made some keystrokes while editing has happened on the computer.
Did they make it into the final cut?
Maybe. I don't even have to ask Anna. She also wanted to nominate Jen.
Aw, Jen.
And Jen's pretty up there. I actually want to nominate Dylan myself.
That's a strong pick.
I think so.
I'm not sure I agree. This is weird.
Well, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
I didn't consider Jen to be in the running, but now that I think about it, I think Jen is a serious contender.
And I should also point out that I also feel that Anna is also a very serious contender. There's lots of... Here's the trick. We're all cute, all right? That's really the trick. And y'all clearly know that because y'all are listening to us right now. So you know what, listeners? Y'all cute too.
I think Bruce and Colin are the cutest, though.
Oh, they're no Carbuncle. Anyways, so from John Wright at Roku13... What My Hero Academia quirk would you want the most in our current world, i.e. not full of others with quirks? Curing epidemics?
Yes.
Could that be a quirk?
Academia?
Making people take it seriously.
Invisibility. There you go.
She is best girl. Like in like the 3 episodes I've seen of My Hero. Yeah, I'm always a fan of telepathy, being able to read someone's mind. It's a very useful skill.
Oh, no, I do actually want the rewind power now that I think about it.
We could rewind right before the epidemic. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, I got a list of things. I've got a chore list for you to take care of then while you're out here going through time.
I'm not going through time to do your chores. I'm going through time because...
Listen.
And that's also not how the rewind
use a
power
term
works.
other than chores, okay?
That's
Let's
not how
just
the
leave it at
rewind
that.
power works.
Let's just leave it at that. Gonna have to do some quantum leap shit and set right what once went wrong, okay? That's all I'm saying.
I'm afraid we're gonna, like, you guys sound like you're gonna do a lot of tampering, and that means we're gonna have to go back and fix, you know, like, you're gonna come to the present, and you're not gonna like it anymore.
And I was about to say, this is like that fucking video clip I retweeted the other day from, like, the U.S. Darkstalkers cartoon where the guy's like, things can't get much worse, can they? And then fucking Lord Raptor appears from nowhere and just slides with a guitar going, wow! You know, that's the kind of shit we're dealing with.
So,
guys, we broke the timeline.
So speaking of things from the past and they're trying to fix it today, what's the best Final Fantasy VII party combo? It doesn't matter.
Listen, the best combo, while you can do it, is Tifa, Aeris, and Yuffie.
Yeah.
All girls, man. That is my policy.
I was always a fan of Cloud, Aeris, and the cat thing.
Kate Sith.
Yeah.
Or Red 13, because Red 13 sucks. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Red 13 sucks. He sucks.
Well, it was Red 13 that I meant, but that's okay that you think he sucks. I'm not, like, emotionally attached to him. I just thought he looked cool.
I just couldn't get into, oh, hey, it's the Lion King.
I don't think I got past, like, I don't think I got that far into the second disc, so I have no idea. My perfect Final Fantasy VII party is to go back and play Final Fantasy VI.
Okay, so the real trick is, it's not the party members that really matter. It's what materia you've got slotted in their weapons.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That is the actual answer.
It's more or less a question of which one
This is again why like an all-girl party is optimal. If it's just, you know, purely, you know, aesthetic, for lack of a better term, then
and who knows how the remake's going to change. I mean, it's a completely different battle system entirely, so who knows if party composition is even going to be a thing. It probably is, but I guess we'll have to wait until April 10th or until it gets released early. Okay, so this next question comes from Gerald Rathgold of AWO, Gerald_AWO on Twitter. And the question was, if two of you were in the movie The Lighthouse, at what stage of the movie would you two be in right now? And I'm like, have any of y'all seen this?
Nope.
No, I've heard good things about it. Like, I need to see it, I think.
Okay. So
save the question for later. I want to go watch the movie so that I can answer this at a later point, but I haven't watched it yet.
Well, so what I had was, and we don't have to do this, but I do have the snippet of it from Robert Eggers, the visionary filmmaker behind the modern horror masterpiece The Witch, comes a hypnotic and hallucinatory tale of two lighthouse keepers on a remote and mysterious New England island in the 1890s.
Man, this all sounds like something I don't want to be around.
And so I've got the first paragraph of plot from Wikipedia.
No, just let me watch it.
Okay. All right.
Just let me watch it, and then I'll give an actual answer.
All right, well, just to let y'all know, just the first paragraph is already wild.
Okay, cool.
So, from our buddy Tobias at Reverend_Tobias, what
professional face toucher, taste fetcher.
He is. Well, he's also America's darling. So, what projects are you all working on now that stay at home is the new norm?
I'm very unsuccessfully trying to book some interviews because my thought is, hey, these guys aren't fucking doing anything. Let's get wild. Let's talk to some people.
Well,
yeah, I like I said, like, it was really stressful the first few weeks, and I am just now coming out of it. So I was doing Inktober 52, and that sort of fell by the wayside. occasionally cooking and playing video games is what I'm doing now, and working.
Except the water heater is busted, and so we're not doing much in the way of cooking, because then we'll just have a big fucking stack of dishes that haven't been rinsed or anything, and
try not to think about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of these are our projects, trying not to think about shit.
Exactly. Again, why was I playing Minecraft?
Well, for me, I haven't actually changed anything. This is pretty much how I was living even before everybody else started quarantining. So I've just been doing the same old thing, drawing, doing t-shirts. I've been doing a lot of painting recently, actually, but that's almost incidental. Like, that's just what I would be doing right now, with or without the quarantine.
For me, you're hearing it. You know, completely changing how we OSMcast has been a little bit of an endeavor, trying to get it all figured out and worked out. So you're honestly hearing my project right this moment. So yeah, the other question was, how are you shifting your priorities? Well, I'm making sure we get an episode out.
Trying not to think about it.
Nothing has changed!
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, for me, it's like, things have slowed down, and I can kind of allow myself to, like, not stress out about doing things, because this is a big deal, and I just need to deal with, you know, the stress of living through a global pandemic.
I will say,
once every 2 weeks, I go to the grocery store, and I guess my priorities have shifted in that I just make sure I wear I hand sanitize myself before interacting with anybody, and as I leave, but that's it.
I am not fretting over getting panels done in time. I guess that is a thing.
Not have to prove anybody for press. Don't have to apply for press.
Yeah, there's no con to go to. Okay, now I'm set. All right, moving on to the next question. Oh, here's a good one. Thanks, Tobias. Who would win in a fight? A basil-sized porg or 100 porg-sized basils?
I'm going with the 100 porg-sized basils because they have the intelligence of basil.
Yeah, that's where I was going with too.
Although there's also the possibility that the 100 porg-sized basils are just going to be like, "Hey guys,
hey everybody."
I was about to say, I really want to be there when one of them says, "Hey everybody."
I'm just now realizing how like disturbing it would be to see like 100 copies of you the size of a bird, and also the size of a bird thing that is the size of a normal human being. Like that.
I mean, plus side is, I'm roughly porg shaped, so it would work out. Anyways, suck it, porgs. I win.
Well, okay, Basil, I want to know, does the, hey everybody, hey Basil, does that work everywhere you go?
Yes.
I was about to say, the answer here is yes, isn't it?
Well, I've seen it happen at many locations, but I just like does it work like at work, like if you're trying to get the attention of all the other employees working with you?
I've never had to use it that often, because usually I'm only working with one or two other employees, and since we work in a retail setting, it would not be beneficial to completely shut the entire store up.
Okay.
But every time I've needed to make use of it, it does work.
That's awesome. It's a superpower, you just don't know it.
Alright, next up is from Vinny, from All Geeks Considered, or at Vinny Ave AGC. Want to play some online board games with the gentleman of AGC? And I'm like, yeah man, let's play some board games when I'm not stuck being a quote essential worker.
Yeah.
So I'm still
board games online is cool.
Going to work, and I won't talk too much about that because in case anyone from my work is listening, and I don't talk about my work online. And then lastly, from Edwin, things you normally do not do but are doing now because of the quarantine. Well, recording an episode online. That's what I am doing that I have not done before.
I never knew how to properly wash my hands, and now like I'm obsessively doing it.
I'm sure that's not a problem.
Okay, obsessively is a little bit exaggerated, but now I'm like making sure to do it whenever I wash my hands, so that's a thing.
I feel like if anything, I'm just doubling down on the stuff I was already doing. Like, oh hey, you know what's a good idea right now? Let's fucking practice some meditation.
Yeah.
You know what sounds good right now? Playing a video game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your answer, which is basically my answer of nothing has changed for me. I was already living that hermit life.
That is interesting because like I was, and it just feels like the rest of the world has like slowed down to my pace, and I actually feel better about that. Of course,
okay,
again,
here's actually the thing. I have been living that hermit lifestyle for a very long time now, actually. And so the one thing that has really changed is that my once a week visitations, where once a week, like, friends will come over or I'll manage to get up the pluck enough to go outside and go to the grocery store. Like, I can't do those things anymore. And I can't do them not because of my own debilitating mental instability. I can't do them because I'm not allowed to. So it has actually been stressful, even though I haven't changed anything and nothing is different. It's still been very stressful because somebody is actually telling me that I can't go outside if I want to, and so now I want to.
Yeah.
But I don't because, you know.
I feel and having housemates makes it a little bit easier, I think, because there's more of us.
I just have Barry.
Yeah, I mean.
Imagine that. You've met him.
I don't want to be too hard on him. I mean, I feel like a lot of the things you might say about him, people could say about me. So, you know.
Well, keep in mind, I picked him and I love him. And actually, so the way Barry has been working, Barry is considered an essential government employee, and the way there's two teams that are working, and they alternate working weeks. So he just worked this past week, but this coming week he's going to stay at home while the second team goes to work, and then there is a third team in reserve to fill in should one of the two teams get sick.
Okay.
And that's all I know.
It's a good way of handling it.
Yeah, it's much better than how they were originally planning on handling it. Some general told them that the way they were going to handle this situation was they were going to split up into 3 teams and they were going to come in shifts, and he was very upset when he thought he was going to have to come in from the 8 a.m. No, it was the 6 a.m. to I think he was going to be getting off at 2 or 3 o'clock, and he was very upset about that. He did not want to be on that shift, and it was also a dumb way to handle it because he was going to have people coming in every 8 hours so that there were constantly people working, and that's not going to...
I don't see how that's going to help things.
Yeah, it doesn't help things because it can live in the air for I think about 3 hours in the air. So unless you have a window where nobody is there for 3 hours, they're just going to be contaminating each other just like they were all working at the same time anyway.
I mean, I can see if it's like an office building where people are spread out, that would cut down on how many, like, you won't have people reusing the same desks necessarily.
But fortunately, logic did prevail. Like they didn't do the 24-hour shift thing, and now they're doing the weekly shift thing, and that's a much better idea for how to keep people from infecting each other.
I guess that still gives you a little stability of like you're going out. There is a point where you return to a certain sort of normalcy, but you know, it's not like you're working at a grocery store or somewhere where you're seeing people every day, you know, and you're likely to get...
And he's been very adamant about that we keep our quarantine because he doesn't want to be the one guy who gets his entire team sick.
Yeah, that is something I've been very aware of like, I don't want to be the one who causes other people to get sick, because I'm, you know, oh, go ahead.
No, I could definitely say that, you know, for me, it's a case of, I thankfully have a little bit of hand sanitizer in my car to begin with. My wife gave me some extra that she had, because I do have to, I work at a retail place that has to still stay open because we can do curbside service. So everything is closed, quote, to the public, and we can just do things through the door. But, like, you know, I get into my car, I sanitize. As soon as I get into my workplace, I hand sanitizer, then go to the back, and then wash my hands. And then, after every interaction with some other existence, whether it's a piece of merchandise or handing it out to a customer, I then hand sanitize. I am probably more hand sanitizer than I am man right now, to be honest.
Well, don't hand sanitize too much because that will dry out your skin, and
I didn't
bacteria
include
can actually...
I didn't actually include like the lotion periods too. Like,
okay.
Like there's a whole system, but yeah, like it's definitely and yeah. Remember, folks, wash your thumbs.
Yeah.
Wash your thumbs. It's important. But yeah, all right. So I think this has been an awesome cast, y'all, and hopefully it's listenable. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it on the call, as it were, and out there who is ever listening to it. Please let us know you can either leave a comment on our website, awesomcast.com, or
you can also like and subscribe.
Yeah, like we have, the website's Awesomecast, or on Twitter, Facebook, @Awesomecast. You can find us all the places. Frankly, give us all the reviews. All the 5 stars that you can chunk our way could be very useful. Especially right now, where I totally had to get tested for COVID-19. I'm negative, thank the Lord. But that test might end up being $500 I don't have money for. I don't know yet until I get the bill. By the way, we have a Patreon. That'd be great. I've been mentally brainstorming this ideas for maybe some Patreon things that we can do. I'll talk to y'all about after this is over. But yeah, you can also find me at It's Basil Time on Twitter. You can find Dylan at
Dylan Wolf on Twitter.
Yeah, and you can find John at
J5 is live. J, the number 5, is live. If you can't spell the rest of it, I can't fucking help you.
And you won't find Umi on Twitter, but you can find Umi's Redbubble stuff at...
I don't know the HTML. Like, it's...
I believe it's Umitsu.
I'm Umitsu on Redbubble. Come find me, buy stuff. Also give money to our Patreon, and I'll draw more stuff for you guys. Also, I am currently accepting commissions for Animal Crossing outfits.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Wait, when did we get a patron?
You just said it. You said we had a Patreon.
We do it, but someone's doing $1.
What?
Like, what? Who?
Nice!
Who actually did that?
I have been trying to make a point of, like, support, like when Bandcamp did their 100% money goes to artists. I bought a bunch of stuff. I've tried to like support people. I think I probably will back the Patreon as well.
Like, sorry, I was just like, wait, someone actually did it? Oh man, I need to actually like do stuff. Oh crap! Like I didn't realize someone actually like is now giving us money.
Talk to me about that later, Basil. Talk to me about that later.
Yeah, all right, cool. Anyways, so thank you all very much for listening while I'm being astounded, and we will see y'all next time here on the OSMcast.